What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Cody and Haley here at Homebrew Network, and we are on
week 6
of our summer cocktail series.
And we have a really unique, kind of bizarre, modern classic share with you. Slightly bizarre,
it's pretty bizarre.
Really bizarre, depending on who you are. And it is called the Trinidad Sour. And what makes it bizarre
is that it features an entire ounce of Angostura Bitters in the cocktail. So normally when you use bitters, a recipe calls for 2 to 3 dashes.
3 dashes. This is a whole ounce.
A full ounce.
And sometimes it even calls, depending on what source you're looking at online, a Trinidad Sour will even call for 1.5 ounces of Angostura Bitters.
Which is absolutely nuts. And you know what? If you were to order this cocktail at a bar, just because of the price of Angostura Bitters, this would be exorbitantly expensive.
Yeah, this is why you probably don't see it on any menus really around.
But there are bars that have put it on the menu.
There are bars, but it would have to be quite expensive for margins to work out.
Above $20 for the cocktail. Very expensive.
But that's what's fun about experimenting at your home bar.
Yeah, you can do this.
You can make cocktails for a fraction of the cost.
So not everybody knows, bitters actually has alcohol in it. Angostura in particular is 44.7%, which is actually more alcohol than vodka has, right? Vodka a lot of times sits at right at 40%. So using Angostura in a cocktail, it's pretty strong. So we're going to use 1 ounce of Angostura in this cocktail.
We also got some rye whiskey. We got some Orgeat to balance out, give it a little sweetness. Orgeat is made from almonds, either rose water or orange blossom water, and sugar.
Yeah.
Is that it?
And yeah, it's a syrup.
Yeah. So that will kind of bring some sweetness.
A classic tiki cocktail staple.
You'll find it in your Mai Tai, which we'll be doing next week or week 8. Week 8, I think. And then of course it's a sour, so we have fresh lemon juice.
That's right. So let's make it, you guys. Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're going to pour the 1 ounce of Angostura in first. And
so we have a fresh bottle.
Fresh bottle of Angostura. This is like Christmas morning having a fresh bottle of Angostura. So when you open your bottle of bitters, your Angostura bitters, you're gonna have this kind of brown plastic dasher top. You gotta get that off. So you can take a knife or you can take your fingernail, pull it off, just like that. And then you can pour freely. And we're gonna do a full ounce. Look at this deep, rich, brown red color. Bitter stains really bad.
Yes.
So if you're
doing
pouring
this on a marble countertop or marble,
it will stain marble. It will stain your clothing. It will stain everything that it gets in contact with. Put a towel down. Yeah. Put a towel down. Do whatever you have to do.
Put a bib on.
Oh, but just oh man, so tropical. Nice baking spices. Absolutely amazing.
Love it.
1 full ounce and go.
This is a 4 ounce bottle, just to put things into perspective.
That's right. And guys, and the name Trinidad Sour, this cocktail is from the Clover Club in New York City. And Giuseppe Gonzalez was the bartender that created this cocktail sometime in the late aughts. 2008, 2009, something like that.
Yeah.
And he named it the Trinidad Sour because Angostura comes from Trinidad and Tobago, the islands in the Caribbean. Next, we're going to do 1 full ounce of aforementioned Orgeat.
Orgeat.
1 full ounce of Orgeat. So when you have a full ounce of Angostura that's so bitter, you need to balance it out with the full ounce of Orgeat because Orgeat is very sweet.
Yes, and because we're also adding Rittenhouse Rye, which is 100 proof rye whiskey.
Yep.
So that's going to kick it up a notch too. So we definitely need that sweetness.
So we're going to add a 1/2 ounce of Rittenhouse Rye. And we love using Rittenhouse in this recipe because it's 100 proof. And because we're only doing 1 ounce of the bitters, this kind of brings it up into that 2 ounce level if you're using 100 proof and a 1/2 ounce of rye.
You mean like bringing it up to the real cocktail
kind of
status?
Brings it up to real cocktail status since we're only using 1/2 ounce of rye.
This is not a low ABV cocktail anymore.
Exactly. Now we've got fresh squeezed lemon juice. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon.
Fresh is best, you know the drill.
And then we're gonna shake it up. And you're gonna notice it's a really cool foam that we'll get from the Angostura and the Orgeat and the lemon. It kind of all creates to give like a nice froth. Give it a good shake. Look at the color already, guys. Super dark brown. Here we go.
Pro tip, y'all, keep a coupe in the freezer for your cocktails. Nice and frosty to pour this guy in there.
Here we go.
Ooh, I can see that froth.
Oh, it's
It
beautiful.
almost looks like there's an egg white in there.
It does, and some people actually do put egg whites in their Trinidad Sours, but I don't.
Look at that color.
Look at this color. It looks like you're straining like...
What does it look like?
It looks like rusty water.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Not really appetizing.
That's not a very appetizing description. That's what it looks like though, it's rust colored.
Yeah, look at all that slush. So remember, if you have all that slush in your double strainer, that means you shook hard enough.
That's right.
And see, let's see if you can get that color.
Look at that, guys. Isn't that interesting?
I know what it is. It's terracotta.
Oh, it does look like terracotta. That's a little bit more of an elegant way of describing the color there.
There you have your Trinidad Sour. And this guy doesn't need a garnish. It is just epic enough on its own.
It is ready to roll all by itself. Oh, man.
Lovely.
It's so bitter, but the bitterness combined with the nuttiness and the sweetness of the orgeat, you got a little bit of the spiciness from the rye, and then a little bit of citrus to cut through everything. It's perfectly balanced.
Really interesting. It's, you know what it tastes like?
It's so interesting.
It tastes like Christmas in July.
That's
probably... it's August 2nd. Christmas in August.
It could have been the best name for it, though, other than Trinidad Sour. Man, it is really, you guys.
It has those baking spices.
It's such a unique cocktail. If you've got a bottle of Angostura lying around at home, pick up some Orgeat. You can make Orgeat at home if you go get some almonds and get some rose water, but it's a 3-4 hour process.
Yeah, and it's Home Bar Network.
Yeah,
so.
You can find it, depending on the brand that you buy, there's some good Orgeats out there.
We bought this one from Barsmith out of Nashville. We found that at Total Wine, so
yeah, there's a couple different brands that make Orgeat. And this is fantastic. It tastes like any Trinidad Sour I've ever had.
I feel like this is a perfect drink to make after dinner.
It is. It's because of the Angostura, the roots and the spices and everything like that, but it's also a digestif.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of help you digest your food, settle your stomach, warms you up. Oh, it's really nice.
Really, really great. I hope someone tries this and leaves a comment because this is such a unique one and tastes really, really, really good.
Yeah, fantastic cocktail.
So, cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Our next episode will be next Tuesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. It'll debut on our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe. And we will be doing the Halakulani cocktail next week.
Halakulani, yeah.
Halakulani cocktail next week.
Old school tiki cocktail. Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
And then the Mai Tai the next week. So.
And then we're going to do a jet pilot. And then we've got endless summer to cap things off. Because nobody wants summer to end.
True.
Ever.
So thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe to Home Bar Network and follow us on Instagram, and we will see you soon.
That's it. Cheers, guys. See you next week.